Hey, Tom Monsoor, welcome to my bass cave. Come on in. First off, you got to have a bunch of rods in the entryway. If it's not a fishing house otherwise. Got my GoPro, my trophy I just won, new charging system just got from my lithium batteries I'm gonna get, bunch of Gatorade. Come on in. This is really a disaster. After a tournament, I got fishing stuff everywhere. And this is the start of my fishing lure collection right here. Here's a few of the recent FLW trophies I've got, besides the new one we just added out there. There's a 6.5 pound smallmouth up here, the biggest smallmouth I've ever caught in a tournament. That was pretty cool. And then you got his pan around. This is my second love, collecting old, antique, high-end fishing lures. These aren't just fishing lures. These are the neatest, oldest collectible fishing lures there are. I'll show you over here. Right here, this whole row are Winchester fishing lures. Nobody has this many Winchester fishing lures. You have no idea what those are. These are called dummy doubles down here. You want to see something really cool? Look at the hooks on this. They're called dummy doubles because the hooks, one hook on each one, is bent in. Why they ever made something like that is unbelievable. They call them a dummy double, Hedden dummy doubles. Those hooks are worth $100 a piece. Just the hook. If you can find them. And the rest is just, what's really cool, this is what started it all right here. Those top ones, the Sunfish, I used to use those. That was one of the best northern and bass fishing lures there was when I was a little kid in my younger years. And that's what started and those mice. You don't know how many big giant bass we've caught on those mice. It's unbelievable. And then you swing around over here and see some of these over here, and I got another case. You can look in this. And I'll tell you about a few of these now if you can see them. These are called Hedden black suckers. These right here, the black ones. Well, I got a green one. Nobody's got a green one. That is the coolest one of all of my lures right there. That is just something special, you know, and then all the rest of this stuff. These are all really unbelievable. There's this one here, this color. It's called Blue Scale. That's a blue scale, glass-eyed, wooden Hedden Sarah spook, you know, from the 1920s. I mean, this thing, a blue one like this, that's rare. I mean, that is just as beautiful as they get. I've only got a dozen of these blue scale because you just can't find them. I mean, there just aren't any. I mean, they're pretty neat. These are all blue scales right here, 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 here. Look at these crazy looking things. You see some stuff that's unbelievable. That's a Fluger glass-eyed frog. I mean, they come up with some stuff, don't they? Look at that. I mean, these things are, you have no idea what you're looking at. I mean, these things are some really special stuff. Old wooden jitterbugs. I mean, there's plastic jitterbugs. These are old wooden ones. They're just all so collectible. It's unreal. You got expert minnows there. I mean, pretty neat, huh, for a bass cave. Now, some of these lures, they start like something like this old wooden jitterbug. They range from $50 up to that green one I showed you. That's $10,000. That's unbelievable. I mean, they average probably $500, or more, And here's something. Now, this is really cool. The chatterbait was such a big thing. Here's the original chatterbait called It's a Doozy. See that? See the blade? And they thought they invented something new. There is nothing new. All these guys think they got something. All they got, you can come here and find every new lure that they can think of right there. South Bend, It's a Doozy. The original chatterbait. Isn't that a good one? But this took me all my life. Just because I love it, is why I collect them, but it's also my nest. This is my retirement here. This collection has taken me my whole life. I've gone to garage sales. People call me and they know I collect lures and tell me they found a tackle box full of old lures. When I was down in the Red River in Louisiana at the Forestwood Cup, there was one bait shop there that actually made a certain Norman crankbait that they don't make anymore. And his dad had a beautiful collection there. I mean, I go everywhere I travel around the United States. I look for antique stores, I look for bait shops. I see them in a bait shop, the first thing I ask them, are those for sale? If I see a good one. And it isn't often that I see one I don't have anymore. And this is Jigs, my girl. This is my big girl. Yes, it is. She's the love of my life. Yeah, I know. I love you too, don't I? Yeah, I know. She usually goes fishing, and usually she's in every tournament with me. She swims, she fishes. Me and her won the team championship last fall. All the teams from around the tri-state area, we have a final championship at the end of the year. Me and her kicked their butts last year. It was pretty cool. Oh boy. And then this is where I spend at least 2 months of the year. This is my lure making table. And I got a jig baker over there that I put him into powder paint to do my powder painting and bake it. I can sit here, watch TV, look at my flowers, look at the outdoors, swimming jigs, bitsy bugs, swimming jigs, football jigs, arkies. I mean, I just sit here and make lures, creations, 1/8 ounce swimming jigs. I mean, this is what I do instead of wasting my time. If I'm gonna watch TV, I watch TV making lures, skirts, powder paint, everything you need right here. Tinsel. This is where it happens. This is where swimming jigs, bitsy bugs, everything originated and everything is made for the year. Jackhammers. I make all my own everything so I can put a big, good hook. You want to see a real hook. Now this is what I call a hook. That reaches out. That says, breathe on me and you're in trouble. They make their hooks too short. I don't know why they don't make longer hooks. For short hitting fish. You don't need a trailer hook if you make it right. I don't know who designs a lot of stuff, but they aren't fishermen. Because fishermen know what you need, But this is what my life's all about, fishing. Okay, now you've seen what I do here with all my jig stuff. Now I'll take you down into the basement where my stash for tournament fishing stuff is. That's pretty cool too. We'll run down and look at that quick. Here you got stuff everywhere. You got fishing lures. I mean, it's a disaster. When there's a tournament, the house is a disaster. It gets cleaned up, but then it gets trashed again. It's a constant, one after the other. Here we got line. I mean, you got to rig every night. New line, reels. There's a trophy from Lake Martin. Yep, right there. Hiding, didn't get that one put away yet. We just got that one too. That was a top 10. All right, come on down here. That's pretty cool, actually. 2 top 10s in a row now. All right. This is an organized mess. We got everything, hooks, everything you need to make jigs, jig heads, you know, a sorting table. This is my sorting table. And then there's boxes. You have no, there's 10,000 jigs right there. Every kind of jig, hair jigs, and you can see they're all, it is an organized mess. You can see that everything's labeled: football jigs, arky jigs, bitsy jigs, swim jigs, hair jigs, everything. Old trophies everywhere, but everything is labeled here. So this is the main stuff I use. That's why it's right here. Box of good stuff from Yamamoto too. But this is just what I use really a lot, right? Like right now, shower blows, spooks, you know, white ones, spy baits, cane walkers, more just jigs everywhere. Boxes of jigs. I get on a roll and I just start making jigs. Now we'll go back to the real stash. It's a little dark here. We got to turn some lights on. Now, another organized mess. If you could, if you just look around, it's crankbaits, rattle traps, -1s, you know, Lucky Craft, Megabass jerk baits. There's probably 300 Megabass jerk baits here. You know, it's just whatever you need to go tournament fishing. Skirts for my jigs, Strike King, Yamamoto, Skinny Bear, Z-Man. I mean, whatever there is, this is, I mean, my Senko stashes. You never have enough Senkos. Women collect shoes. I collect Senkos because they work everywhere, you know. It's unbelievable. You know, you look in these boxes and swim Senkos. I mean, you gotta have enough, you know, of everything just to, you know, and then I sort them out by colors even so there ain't too many in one tote. But you never want to run out of Senkos. You know, if you need a color and the bait shop doesn't have it, you're screwed. You have to have your own stuff. And luckily, I know a guy named Gary, and he takes good care of me. I have Senkos, you know, and this goes all the way back. It just goes on. 10-inch worms, trick worms, tubes, flukes, frogs, sharks, net baits, grubs, pigs. I mean, speed craws. If they made it and it catches fish, I've got it. And it's right here. These are all Keytex. All these boxes are, look at this. Keytex, just in case, so you don't run out. Totes full of those, all these. All the way, you know, every size, little ones, big ones. This is what you need if you're serious about fishing. You need to have what you need. You get in 2-day tournaments or multiple day tournaments, you don't have time to go to the bait shop. You got to be able to come downstairs, pick out what you need, and not worry about it. Go fishing. Or call Tackle Warehouse and get it overnighted. If it can be overnighted in a 2-day tournament. You know, when you're out at FLW, it's okay. You can get stuff overnighted because you're there 8 days. But if you're in a 1-day or 2-day tournament and you need something, you better have it right here, you know. So I'm ready. This is my bass fishing stash. This little section here is where I used to take my grubs and craws and stuff and put them in these little Tupperware things with juice on them, let them soak in it. That's you can grab one of those and put it in a boat and it'll last you a month, you know. That's pretty cool. And then all these old trophies I've got, you know. I won my first boat with that National Walleye and Northern Tournament trophy. And I think that's the Northern right there that won it. 16-pound Northern. My son caught that one, and he caught these 2 big bass too when they were little, you know, like 10 years old. It was pretty cool. But this, I mean, I got stacks of old trophies. I don't know if you can see them over here. Old BFL first places. And if you look underneath there, you see all the spittoons were the first that you could win. Those are really old. And then they went to the fish, and there's just, if you look down in there, there's just stacks of plaques and trophies from tournaments over the last 30 years. They add up, you know. I've been pretty lucky. I can't complain. I've had a good life. Got to catch a lot of fish, meet a lot of great people. And fishing with FLW has been one of the greatest things in my life.